All right. I'm like, never mind.
Oh, you couldn't have done it anyway because you were busy on Saturday. That's why I didn't invite you. I remember that now. No, because it was Saturday. They sent me to go meet the cast from Warcraft and have beers with them.
What?
And no one in the weekly poll wanted to go. And I remember because you weren't there.
What?
I'm not even joking. I got this shirt from it.
Was the director there? Was the director there? David
The
Bowie's
director
son?
was there. The orc was there.
Nice.
They were all there. It was free drinks, free food.
Did you know that the guy directing the
Tiff's
Warcraft
looking at Sal right now like, what?
just staring
No,
death
Sal
in
was
ice.
just giving me a little extra info about something. Well, it's still something.
I figured this out the other day. Someone told me that the guy directing that new Warcraft movie, that's David Bowie's kid, the guy who directed Moon.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, let me do the intro real quick,
Yeah,
and then we
actually
can just
kind of
ramble
a-
off topic all we want, because that's what this is pretty much going to be all day.
Right.
Right.
Okay. But keep an eye out for that guy because there might be something really cool coming out about him.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. But
Well, let me intro us.
a friend of
Welcome
yours-
to the weekly poll. Today, I'm Penny the Comic Historian. That is Joel from Joel, and that is Tiffany from ComicPOP.
That's right.
Today, Star Fox came out. A Comic Got Killed Volume 5. I have Batman Beyond here for some reason. Shudder, Tokyo Ghoul, the new Mortal Kombat book, and Wonder Woman Earth 1. None of this came out this week.
Yeah, a lot of that.
It's just been sitting on my desk forever.
Yeah. Wow. You're just telling lies, man.
Well, Star Fox came out on Friday, so technically that's kind of newish.
Yeah. All right.
But we don't do video games on this show.
No.
Could. I mean, it's a very different lineup this week, so maybe this is the chance we should take to talk about the video games.
So, Joel, what do we got to talk about while I open packs?
This is legitimately, by the way, what Benny was like all day Sunday. By the time I saw him on Sunday, I was like, "Ooh, listening to you makes me hurt."
The con germs have housed themselves.
No, it's not the germs.
No.
She'll vouch. We were literally, the speakers were in the booth.
Yeah. No, it was all shouting all day.
all shouting all the time.
Yep.
Well, I guess the biggest piece of news, I didn't watch it because everyone was tweeting me images from it, so I feel like I saw it, but I think the thing everyone in the chat wanted us to bring up was the final X-Men Apocalypse trailer that hit.
Did anybody watch it but me?
I think you might have been the only one.
Yes.
Oh, you did too? Awesome. Tell me all about it.
No, I was Sal from the other room.
Oh, what'd I get? I got nothing good, it looks like.
Well, luckily you got to buy more.
Trust me, I have a lot more packs to go through. We're fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sal, how'd you feel about it? Literally, he said, looks good, looks as good as the
Well,
last.
it's funny because the X-Men timeline is so confusing now. Dan hit me up
Sure
afterwards,
is.
and he's like, where the hell does it even take place? I'm like, okay, so you gotta take Days of Future Past, and you gotta go after the Wolverine scene, but before he jumps back to the future with Patrick Stewart. It's
Sal
between
says
those
it's
two.
the 80s.
Yeah, it continues where Days left off, but before going back to the future.
And you know you're in the 80s because Nightcrawler is wearing a Thriller jacket now.
Wait, I just got
that
3
could be
more
the
free
80s
packs.
Or today.
That too. It could be retro cool for all of you
Based
now.
on how fashion has gone full circle.
Always going in circles.
I also go to Weapon X.
They go to Weapon X, Wolverine was in there.
Yeah, no, well, they're
Wolverine
totally gonna go to
box.
Weapon X, and they're totally hyping it up. And here, because they didn't show Wolverine, I'm wondering if we find they've kept it hidden, and we finally have a new Wolverine for the younger age, because Hugh Jackman's not doing it anymore.
No, he's not. But he's still going to do one last movie, though, that's supposed to be based on Old Man
Yeah.
Logan, so I don't know.
No,
I got an epic Druid card, but I don't play Druid.
Hugh Jackman will be in this movie.
Is he officially are they gonna de-age him? Are we gonna pull? What was that movie that did that and looked horrible?
Terminator.
Yeah,
Tron?
Tron. Yeah, that was
Tron
another
did it
one.
too. There's a lot of movies.
Tron did it. It was okay. Kinda.
He still looked a little plasticky, but
Yeah, but it was Jeff Bridges.
Big world, it's okay.
So it's difficult to tell anyway.
yeah, I mean that was the thing everyone was freaking out about. I was like, did you see it? Did you see the
It's
wolf?
funny because the thing that everyone was freaking out for Sal and me was Spider-Man, the new.
Oh yes, the TV
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
I got a good Paladin card.
I personally
Okay,
went out.
fuck Paladins. I'm putting it down right now.
Paladins are
Wow.
bullshit.
Okay. That's kind of cool. Guess I'm not gonna play Paladin anymore.
What do you have against the Holy Knights of Order?
I'll tell you what I got against the Holy Knights of Order. Blizz made them unstoppable.
Yeah, they're a little. I only played Warcraft for a bit, but yeah, they are a little overpowered because they got warrior strength and they can heal.
I'm sure they've changed it. I'm sure people are like, they made it different. But like when I played a priest and it was like, why bother?
You can do all the same shit, and you can actually hit your opponents.
Yeah, I do all. I heal almost as good, and a good stiff breeze will kill me.
I got a random card that transforms my minions into random minions that cost more.
Can you play that on an opponent?
No, I probably wouldn't want to anyway. So anyway, yeah, the Apocalypse trailer. Ooh, I got him already.
Blob was in it too. I saw like an image there early on. I didn't see it from the trailer, but Blob's there. Hey.
X-Men's doing the weirdest thing of recasting and rebooting because they're technically rebooted, but they technically haven't. So they can recast everyone, but it's not. It's all on the same timeline.
It's really weird.
It's a retcon.
Yeah, it's totally weird. Like we've never seen a retcon movie series like this.
Right?
They're the first ones to do it.
I guess they can kind of, sort of, no, they really can't. I was going to say they could pull that Days of Future Past kind of altered things, but it didn't because in the end of Days of Future Past puts everything back the way it was.
Right. And they basically state like, oh, everything's still in line when no one died though. That's the only difference.
We deleted the 2 movies that Bryan Singer didn't like and that he wasn't involved in.
As far as we know, there's no definitive answer as to what was deleted. We just know everyone's alive.
Yeah, I think, you know what the safer bet, I mean, I love that end shot or the whole scene in, you know, the school with everybody there. That's cool, fine, whatever. But, like, they could have literally just kept it between, like, Logan and Professor X, and it would have been fine. You know, like, it could have just been those two, and then you could do whatever you wanted, and it wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter as much. You'd be like, oh, okay, this just changed things.
As much as I've enjoyed the last 3 X-Men movies, and I really have, First Class, I think, is probably as close to the comics as they've actually gone. I would like it if we can get to the point, and maybe after Apocalypse we can get there, where they stop making movies to put stuff in order and to retcon and just get back to doing movies, because it feels like Days of Future Past, as much as I enjoyed it, was okay, let's fix our mistakes, everybody.
Right. All right, I'm watching the trailer right now.
Good job. I just got a good card.
Live reaction with
somebody
Tiff.
who's damaged.
Yeah,
that's pretty
right.
cool.
Ooh.
Now, Tiff, if you're doing a reaction, you need to be 10 times bigger. What?
Over the top!
Oh
my god!
Hey, Apocalypse is pretty sexy before he turns out to be Apocalypse. I gotta tell you, right?
Well, he was Oscar Isaac. He was Poe Dameron. I mean.
Right? I could do that.
I'm gonna let the chat decide this one. So we were having a really heated discussion that Joel wasn't a part of at the con. We've decided that Sal's being replaced by Tiffany
Yeah,
as the permanent member of ComicPOP.
that's happening.
Sal wasn't very happy about it, but we don't care. So what do you guys think in the chat?
She's the ComicPOP legacy hero, is what she
They're gonna be
is.
like, there's not gonna be any more rants. Well, that depends. I'll rant.
You can rant.
I can rant at times.
You're getting pretty ranty.
There's a
Okay.
topic this week that I'm sure would make you rant completely because it's a pretty sad thing. I don't know if you had a chance to read that stuff that's going down with Vertigo and the DC Superman office and everything now.
Oh, what's going on? Explain.
Yeah.
Okay, so the head of Vertigo, who's been like the head of Vertigo, or the editor of Vertigo for like the last 20 years, Shelley Bond, I think her name is, she was let go earlier this week. Despite
Why?
the fact, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know why, even though she's been beloved by everyone in the industry and she's overseen some of Vertigo's greatest accomplishments like Fables and Preacher and all this other great stuff. She was let go, and everyone was really upset. And then because social media is social media, it turned to a bunch of people going, well, how the heck could DC choose to get rid of her but keep Eddie Berganza, I think his name is, who is like the head editor of the Superman office right now. And then a bunch of allegations were thrown around at him that he's apparently something of a major scumbag and that they've been covering up for him for years and that the actual Superman office has a no woman allowed policy.
What?
Oh yeah.
I got an octave back.
Oh yeah, Bleeding Cool and The Beat did whole articles on this, and they're like, yeah, it's a no woman allowed office because, you know, that's like a human resources thing, because it's like, yeah, well, if there's no women there, maybe he can't sexually harass anyone and we can't get in trouble. Yeah, it's been a whole thing. There's been articles. Really, you guys didn't hear about this? There's been articles everywhere about it.
Read the article to us, Joel. That'll help me not talk.
Yeah, dude, hang on. Whoa, that was literally the most insane experience because I was really enjoying the X-Men Apocalypse trailer while at the same time simultaneously hating everything Joel was saying.
I say something trually horrible
I
and
was
sad.
like, I don't know how to react. By the way, it looks awesome. I think that looks awesome.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be cool, you know what? And I think like
Visually,
even
it's stunning. Like it's fun to see. It's very comic booky, and I think that's fun.
And I like to, after all my constant complaining, a bunch of pictures have come out with the X-Men in actual cool X-Men costumes where they're like, look, it's not going to be black leather armor through the whole thing, we promise.
Right.
Evisu, no, don't worry about catching me out. You caught me off guard. Like, on the con floor, I'm ready for people to see me. But when I'm, like, walking to a restaurant, that's when I get shocked. And you're not the only one. What I find is when people find me outside of a con floor, they have that reaction you did where it's like, ah! And I'm like, what's going on? You were there,
literally.
Tiffany. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, he gets nervous. He's not sure what's happening.
No, exactly. So.
Like, literally, that's it. He's just not sure what's happening.
He's
totally cool. He's very excited to meet you. He's always happy to see fans, but I can legitimately say it's just he was shocked.
There was that piece of news which was pretty serious and pretty distressing.
Oh, it's not gold, but I got it. I got a legendary Yogg sword. Oh, I'm gonna have to voice even worse tomorrow. Woo!
Jeez, Benny just leveled up in excitement.
I think so. I didn't think that was possible. I thought he hit his max.
Apparently not.
I thought
And I got a gold card from a rare. Woo!
That is awesome. Congrats, sir.
Battle cry. Cast a random spell on each spell you've cast this game.
Apparently you have not even tapped
random
the
spell for
decks.
each one. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. So there was that story which was really depressing and really disconcerting, if true. And again, like, there is a lot of he said, she said going on right now, and there is no direct answer. But every site kind of picked up on it, and every site was kind of like, yeah, it's not a well-kept secret that this Berganza guy, who's like the big Superman editor at the moment, is a bit of a scumbag.
Well, okay. Did you hear about, like, this kind of sounds not exactly like it, but do you remember, I don't remember when it was. It was maybe like a year ago, maybe less than that. I don't know. Remember on Reddit, what the hell was her name? Ellen
That's a lie, MF Quan, because I went through a lot of packs with no legendaries.
Pow, who was the
I vaguely
head
remember.
mod of the AMA series, and like she did all this stuff for it, and she got totally scapegoated for all this shit and got fired. And then it turned out like everyone was like, screw you, Ellen Powell, and then like the actual story came out, and they were like, oh crap, but it was over. Everyone had fucked up, and it was horrible. It was so bad.
The Berganza thing got even creepier because people were saying, well, if this guy is such a...
she was the head of Reddit.
Right.
Then there was the other thing with the AMA thing. That was fucked up, too.
Right. The Berganza thing got even creepier and even weirder because a lot of these sites like The Beaten, like Bleeding Cool, and Comic Book Resources were saying, well, if this is the case and if he's such a bad dude, why has he managed to stay in power for as long as he had? And some people were seeking to imply there that perhaps he had some manner of blackmail material on either Jim Lee or Dan DiDio. Yeah, I know, right? It was
what? Hang on. This literally, he could be the scum of the earth and I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
This is one of those things where it's like you got to wait for everything to come out and for the dust to settle, which is unfortunate because in the meantime, people lose jobs, people get fired up, people say things they shouldn't say, but it sucks. And it's always going to suck when this type of thing happens because unless you're actually there and you're actually part of the situation, you never actually really get to know what truly happened.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the worst thing about it. And it feels even worse as comic fans and in this, type industry that we are, especially, for someone in the Superman offices where you're like, hey, Superman wouldn't be cool with this. If Superman was real, Superman would be like, hey, stop that. Don't stop doing that,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what makes me really sad. You would... I know we're all human and everything, and bad shit happens, but you would figure if you work in the comic book industry, working with superheroes, you would think that would attract a certain type of person, but apparently not.
And also, Vertigo's been maintaining. You know what I mean? They've been doing their thing forever. They've been it's always tight. It's always it's pretty good quality product. You know what I mean? That's a weird choice.
Actually, speaking of Vertigo, and I know we never talked about this on the show because we were waiting for Faust to come and he never did. A bunch of people in their conspiracy theory hats are like, okay, so Vertigo's clearly restructuring whatever that happens all the time. There's nothing to get too excited about. But then there was all the stuff that came out with Gerard Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. He's going to be doing that new Young Animal line. Yep. And a bunch of the titles in that are titles that, for the most part, are, considered Vertigo stuff, like Doom Patrol. Thank you, Doom Patrol and Shade the Changing Man and all this other stuff. Yeah. Well, that's weird. How come they're going with this new imprint and not with Vertigo?
Yeah.
Sup with that?
I don't know. I mean, the fact is, with Rebirth, DC's going through a lot of internal changes anyway, so...
I feel like they do that every 6 months, though.
Yeah, they really do.
Well, I'm not even talking about, their comic book universes. I mean, actual internal day-to-day,
who's got jobs and everything.
Yeah, who's got a job and how much are we paying them? That kind of thing. So, as much as this sucks, this would be the time for something like this to happen.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
It's funny too to think that Doom Patrol is getting their own little imprint. I'm going to assume outside the main continuity because Jeff Johns tried so hard in Justice League and all these other books to set up a new 52 incarnation of the Doom Patrol, only to be like, yeah, we're not going to go ahead with that.
Right?
A lot of things are set up in the new 52 that are just never going to happen now. Even storylines within the characters are just going to get shut down.
He set up Plastic Man during Forever Evil. Jeff Johns set up Elo Bryan Plastic Man, then we never saw him.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things happen that just never went anywhere.
Right.
Remember the
Maybe they're
Damonite? Remember the Damonite invasion from early on in the New 52? Like 3 different books. Like, oh yeah, those Wildstorm aliens. They're totally going to invade. Get ready for that. Then they never did.
Like,
Well,
no,
everything Wildstorm related just got shut down.
Oh, yes, it did.
I like this. I'm noticing a theme here. Now, for the record, anybody who's watching and actually cares about Hearthstone, I didn't look at anything before it comes out because I like the surprise. But I'm seeing a theme of this Cthulhu stuff, which is a card they gave you for free. A lot of these guys will buff your Cthulhu. So I guess it's all about putting him in there.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Now, is a Cthulhu related to Cthulhu? Because you said these are whispers of the old gods.
The old gods are all Cthulhu stuff.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Man, not to be a hipster, but the old gods are so much better than these new gods we got running around right now.
I like Orion.
I like Orion too. I especially like that weird bike thing he rides around on.
Dude, I was writing the story for the Wonder Woman videos, and I didn't know what to call that thing. I just called it his space contraption.
It basically is.
Contraption.
His space contraption.
That sounds. That's vaguely,
He needs a contraption. Go ask Jack Kirby what the heck that is.
Oh, I got a Psycho-Tron. It's a more powerful version of a Noyotron.
Oh. Wow.
So yeah, that was a pretty deep, pretty uncomfortable story.
Yeah. So have they announced who will be filling her role?
Nope, and I imagine
it's gonna fold into DC now.
Nothing has come out from it yet, and there's been a lot of anger and a lot of back and forth and a lot of people taken. It reminded me very much of, you might remember a while ago too, Nathan Edmondson, when a bunch of people were all upset with him, and they threw a lot of accusations, but nothing ever really happened with it, and it kind of got swept under the rug.
Look at this. Look at the screen real quick, guys. Look at this crappy luck. 3 of the same card.
Oh.
Oh man. I'm sorry. Is it a good card?
No, it
Oh,
was a common.
It's a kobold! Yay!
It's an evolved kobold.
You always got to fight kobolds early on in the campaign.
Yeah, you always gotta fight kobolds, man. Not even in the campaign, just they always got candles and they're take their candles.
Oh, I got Fandral Staghelm. Choose one of your cards. Your choose one cards have both effects combined. Woo!
Are you Coltrane now?
Coming in for the Coltrane on that legendary.
Woo, Benetrain.
For those asking how long I've been playing Hearthstone, I've actually been playing it since launch. I've only recently started to get a lot more hardcore about it, but I have been playing it for a long time.
It literally sounded like you said I've just been playing it since lunch.
Lunch. I've been playing it since noon.
Just since like lunchtime? Is that?
I've
That's a long
given
time.
way too much money to them, and I've tried a lot of different decks. But I'm trying to make a conscious effort now to actually gain Legend finally, because normally I get like 9, 10, and I just call it for the month.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So, like I said, that was a messed up piece of news in a week that seemed to be characterized by messed up pieces of news. I don't know. Again, you guys were at con, so you probably didn't get a chance to see this, but Robert Cargill, who you may remember from his work on Ain't It Cool News as Massaworm and his work on the now defunct Spill.com, he is a film writer and critic who is something of a unicorn because he made the jump to become a film writer. He's the guy who's going to be writing the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. And he took
Well, it's already written it then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they already write that? It's kind of like been filmed.
Yeah, it's just been okay. He is the writer. He took to the internet today. He was interviewed, or not today, but this week. He was interviewed by Double Toasted, which is the website of. It's basically what Spill became. So he was coming back to pay them a favor, his old fellows and everything. And they did a really nice interview with him, and they talked about his work on Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange's place in the new Marvel universe and Benedict Cumberbatch. But eventually, the subject turned to the matter of the Ancient and the casting of Tilda Swinton.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready.
and all that other stuff. Oh, see, I got you. It took a bit, but I finally got.
Yeah, I was like, I know his place is in my heart, and that's all that matters. So whatever.
There you go. I reeled you into that. So he was talking about it, and I was on board with like 95% of what he said when it came to the casting of Tilda Swinton. Again, I urge you all to go watch the interview if you didn't. Double Toasted, they're a good outfit. I've been fans of them for a while. It's a good interview. What he basically broke down and said, when casting a character like the Ancient One, it was kind of the ultimate lose-lose scenario where they knew no matter what they did, someone was probably going to get mad at them. Where it's like, it's kind of like what you went with the Mandarin, where it's like, look, as comic fans, we love these characters, but we also realize that they began life as kind of racist caricatures.
No, but the Mandarin is not the same thing as the Ancient One.
The Mandarin
is a lot.
I have a side note on the Mandarin. So I've just done a lot of Iron Man stories for the channel.
Yeah.
And when did this Mandarin rings become the Green Lantern rings? When did that happen? Because I'm like,
I think around Marvel now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Mandarin 7, Mandarin 6. This one has the power of reality bending. This one has the power of will. I'm like, wait, this one has fire, and they can all fly and go in space. And
yeah, they also call Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Let our powers combine.
No, but see, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, what they did when they cast the Mandarin in Iron Man, that was taking a racial stereotype and trying to break that. And by stereotype, I mean, like, that was when the Mandarin first came on the scene, that was not good.
He was Fu Manchu. He was Ming the Merciless.
No. We're not doing that. We can't do that. And like that's them kind of like skirting around the issue, right? This is something very different, and I'm not sure what it is. But for me, it's not working. For other people, I know some people are fine. They like Tilda Swinton as an actress, and that's totally cool. But I 100% get it where other people are coming from, where they're saying, like, it's kind of a whitewash, and it is to some degree.
Wait, are we discussing the Iron Fist thing again?
No.
Tilda Swinton.
Now, what he went on to say in the interview was, it's not like one of those things where it's like, well, we'll just cast an Asian actor. Well, it's more than just an Asian character. They are Tibetan, and God help us if we cast like a Chinese actor in a Tibetan. Well, people would be furious with us if we did that, and as right they should be. And they said, we were also afraid of taking too much of a political stance because, God forbid, they don't want to play our movie in China, which is the second biggest movie eating, or watching market.
That's a simple numbers game with a population of 90 billion.
Who love American
might be off.
And so what he said, as writer, him and director Scott Derrickson said, if people are going to be mad at us regardless of what we do, and because this character is a minefield anyway, let's just cast a cool lady actress that we like. And so that's why they went up with Tilda Swinton. And like I said, I was with him 95% of the time. This is where he lost me, though.
Right.
And this is where I think.
I don't know. Like, how about this? If you decide you want to do a total gender bend and you want to just make the character something totally new and different, don't make her white. Like, I have no business being the Ancient One.
As much as you like the character, if they offered you the role, you'd be like, nah.
I would. What's funny is, like, as much as I'd be like, oh, fuck. I'd be like, no, man, no. I'm not going to be like, nah.
Nah, brah.
It's not even. Here's the thing that gets me: the fact that no one brings up that this movie had another big race gender change, and that is Baron Mordo, the villain, is black now, and no one kicked a fit about that. And I'm like, so is that the thing now? So Will Smith can be Deadshot, and you can have a black Baron Mordo, but God forbid if they make a hero a different ethnicity, then you're all pissed. Apparently,
because what it comes down to is it's perfectly fine when you turn someone diverse. But when you whitewash them, that's the issue.
Yeah, I gotta tell you though too, my biggest problem, legitimately, with Tilda Swinton is all I see is Tilda Swinton. I don't see any character there. It's just her. I'm like, you're just taking me out of this whole thing right now. That is for me, that's like the pinnacle of it. I'm like, it's just her. Like, you just went to her house, slapped a bald cap on her, and now she's here. Like, there's nothing else there for me. Like, and like that's what troubles me the most, I think.
The thing that really got me about what Robert Cargill was saying, and the thing that lost me, is the point where he said, I know, and this is gonna tick off the social justice warrior scene. I'm like, oh, don't use that word when you're trying to have an intelligent conversation about people who disagree. Don't just label everyone as, well, come on, man, come on, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Not in an interview. Like that's not even cool when you type that in an angry argument and now you're saying the words out loud. I'm like, come on, man.
Right? No, I just, I don't know. I mean, like, the fact is, like, if, let's say they did cast a white actress, but a different one, who completely melded into this totally different character, I still feel...
I mean, isn't this the same argument as Scarlett Johansson as... Oh, I never even know her name. Just Ghost in the Shell.
The Ghost in the Shell lady.
Yeah, she has a name. I used to know it.
Makoto?
Tamako.
Yeah,
Makoto.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar.
I was like, Major? No. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with Chiwetel Ejiofor being Baron Mordo because I think he's a good actor and I think he's gonna meld his role. And I think, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even think about it as you're watching him. You're thinking about it when you're watching Tilda Swinton. Like, you're thinking about it, and that's all you're thinking about.
Well, the way I think they would get around is, I mean, maybe they'll just make this movie version of the Ancient One more like Byron Orpheus's master from Venture Brothers. Where it's like, I can be whatever I want.
I was just thinking that. Legitimately, they could have done that. It could have been like every scene is a different actor or actress.
That would be cool. Just a who's who of character actors. Now I'm Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, who knows? Like, I'm whatever, like, is most comfortable for you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that would say a lot about Doctor Strange.
And then you just get actually H. John Benny.
Oh! I got 2 legendaries!
Benny's happy.
We gotta wait for the stream to catch up. I can't see.
I got Deathwing and Harold and Vol and can't pronounce that to save my goddamn life.
But it's good.
Death Rattle, put all dragons from your hand onto the field. 12-12. I'll probably never use that card. And I got Battlecry Summon, a 1/1 copy of each of your other minions. Double in a pack!
Man, that is some weaponized hype Benny has right there.
Did Benny just leave?
No, I'm right here.
Okay, cool. Nice. So I gotta ask you, Benny, before we go back into comic stuff, did you play Magic as a kid?
I did.
Gotta tap them manas, man. Gotta tap them islands.
I was just wondering what if you did. and what was your preferred deck?
Black and white combined.
Nice,
Death and life.
Dude. That's nice. That's a good one.
Did
I would
you
also
Lotus?
do black and green because then I would just get all the regen on my characters.
I watched an actual honest to God, like one of those true murder shows, and they were talking about Magic the Gathering because 2 nerds killed another nerd for his Black Lotus card.
Oh yeah, but that card is freaking famous.
It is.
If you're a nerd and don't know what Black Lotus card is, then you're not a nerd.
People have literally
nerd card.
People have literally murdered each other for this card.
Yeah, apparently. That's not cool.
Yo, Tristgy TV.
It was just too hilarious to hear these grizzled detectives be like, yeah, it was over that Magic the Gathering. It's a
For those of you guys who are joining midway and you're wondering, like, oh, is this weekly pull or not? It's basically, I was the only one who was going to be here initially, so I was going to open up my packs of cards. Then Joel and I talked, and I was like, oh, Joel, you can come. Since my voice is kind of shot from the con, you can kind of take head on talking about the topics. And then Tiffany was available, so we were like, oh, Joel and Tiffany can talk about the topics. I'm still opening cards.
What else we got, though? So let's talk about topics.
That was basically the 2 big things, just trailer and then 2 really uncomfortable topics was what this week was characterized by.
You know what's funny about this whole Tilda Swinton thing? You know how they always say that, you know, any publicity is good publicity? I think that that's going to be true, even if people who had no interest or no knowledge of Doctor Strange at all miss out on this, they might hear about this. That might interest them, and that might, you know, garner more ticket sales, which I am all for.
For the record, Cartieg has renamed the episode to The Weekly Light Tug.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not a pull, it's just a light tug.
I will totally take it. It's just, you know, we don't go too far. I'm messing up.
It's laid back, you know. It's the laid back.
Chill. It's just us chatting with you guys.
Yeah, we're all just like, hey.
Somebody is typing in all caps Civil War TV spot. What about this? They've done the last trailer, so I don't know what they're doing.
I know, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man was in it doing Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, he stopped Bucky from doing it.
And I didn't even want to watch it either. I'm like, no, because I'm going to go see the movie soon enough.
I know. I'm trying really hard.
Are they like showing it around the world now? Because like a bunch of people are tweeting me tickets to showings tonight. I'm like, huh?
If you're in Australia or if you're in France, you can see it, but not in North America.
It's bull.
Dude, I gotta tell you, right now I'm getting a total like telemarketing call from Colorado.
Ooh, you should answer
Benny,
it.
what the hell?
What's up with your state, man?
Oh damn it! From Colorado.
It's not me.
No, I know it's from some sort of like scam thing, or like, you know, like, hey, do you want to, you know, reduce your credit, whatever?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
on the line. And
I ignore
already
all
be a
those
winner.
unless it's from LA because I get a lot of weird calls from LA that are actually important.
oh,
I got a golden.
You may
And
already-
for the guy who was asking how many packs I bought, it was 120 at the start.
at the
Now
start, there's more to come. Don't worry.
I know I've said it before.
I'm looking at what you're getting here.
I know I've said it in other streams, and I'll say it again. The only collectible card game I bothered to learn was Yu-Gi-Oh! Was Duel Monsters, and they keep changing the rules to accommodate new cards every couple years.
I literally never played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! As card games. Never. I watched the cartoon.
Not even Beyblades? You never even played the Beyblades? You could actually do that.
I did not. Play.
MF Quan, that's the bot that did that. He deleted your stuff. Said links will not be tolerated, but I forgot we typed it in that if you do a link, it tells you links will not be tolerated. Otherwise, you need to see Fantastic Four.
Wait, which one?
That's torturous.
Any of them is not a good thing to
Any
watch.
of them is pretty torturous. It's like, how light a kick in the junk
No,
do you
the
want?
very first one.
The very first one? Oh, no, the 1995 one are we doing?
That one. Yep.
The Roger.
Okay, well then since we kind of killed out that's all it is for comic book news, so the whole week we were gone?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Like
it,
I
that's
said,
all that happened?
just too
I
complicated.
guess they held off since Comics Explained, Comic Story, and Comic Pop weren't in the area. That was nice.
Yeah, they're like, oh, screw it, we don't need a lot of comic news.
I mean, geez, I guess I could look in the thing and see what's going on. I mean, I think we're kind of in a lull right now because everyone's getting ready for Free Comic Book Day. Everyone's getting ready for DC Rebirth relaunches.
Well, they all are. I mean, yeah, no, everyone's getting ready for the big lineups, the big stuff. It's gonna be interesting to do Rebirth. At the same time, I'm feeling like overwhelmed right now because so many people are asking me to cover this story, cover this story, cover this story, cover this story, and I want to cover them all, but I literally can't make them that fast. And now it's like, oh, I'm trying to cover all different Marvel, and I got to cover DC Rebirth. On top of that, I'm trying to do like some older ones, like Top Cow Rebirth for Witchblade and Darkness, the Valiant stuff. What? Come on, Witchblade and Darkness. What's wrong with that?
Darkness.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because I started reading Witchblade again at Rebirth. When did they discover that she can wear clothes?
When indeed.
It's a good
Because
question.
she literally never strips down to just like the bikini setup anymore. It's like,
No.
boom, armor, and her clothes are there. They're a little ripped. but
Yeah. No, I think that's done. Man.
When did that start? Like, and I get why she doesn't get naked anymore, but
I don't know, man. Did you ever check out the anime?
I did.
no, I heard that she got really naked in that one.
Oh yeah.
A friend actually sat me down and forced me to watch the Witchblade anime, and I'm like, why are you doing this to me?
No, so wait, you're laughing at it. Do you have problems with Witchblade?
No, I'm laughing at the fact that like years and years ago, I went over to Danielle's house. We were just hanging out, and like she was like, "Oh man, Witchblade's gonna come on," because it was like a live show.
I remember
Oh,
the live
right.
one,
She
yeah.
was way into it. She's like, "We gotta watch it," and it was like one of the final. It was like I think it was the final episode before they just canceled the series. She's like, "Let's watch it," and we're watching it, and like it is literally, it was just, it was awful. It was just awful, and it ended with this guy on this like lit up rectangular table, and he's laying on the table, and the camera's top down, and the whole thing's spinning, and he's like freaking out, and it's over. I'm like, what the fuck was
Did
that?
I just
Danielle?
watch?
She's like, no, trust me, it's better than that usually. It's not like this. I don't know what this was.
It's weird because I've read Witchblade when it first came out and I was a little kid, so you know why I was reading it. So I don't remember the
Yep.
plot at all.
Yo,
Oh,
bro
yeah.
fist, man, bro fist.
Well, you do it. It was Witchblade sold for one core reason. She was half naked in the beginning.
It sure did.
But I'm reading the Rebirth because I'm exploring. Because I'll be like, do darkness, do darkness, do darkness. I'm like, and I'm just like, isn't darkness tied into Witchblade? Like, aren't they kind of like one and the same world wise? So I'm like, I'll read Witchblade first, and I never realized like they actually developed story. And she doesn't actually go naked anymore. And I'm like, this is actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like 13 artifacts come together and they're fighting against it, and darkness
Yeah.
has to help out.
Yeah, no, like that kind of thing is very cool. It just got overshadowed by her incredible ability to lose her clothes. But I mean, that was that time period. I mean, like that's what sold comics.
Cheesy and
We literally were
sleazy.
just talking about Xenoscope. And
MF Kwan just taught me something about Hearthstone, and I've been playing this for like, what, 2 years now? 3? I didn't know Spacebar would just move on to the next pack.
I only know the darkness from the video game where the voice of the darkness was provided by the lead singer of Faith No More.
yeah, I played that game at a con years ago. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I tried it out. I was like, that's fun. That
It
was
was
it.
cool.
Yeah, and
It
I
was,
was like,
it was
that's
cool enough. The sequel is better when they're like, you know, let's not be so self-serious. Let's actually try and have some fun with the concept of the darkness.
Yeah, seemingly, yeah. So Benny's now gonna have to watch the anime for Witchblade. He's gonna have to watch the live show.
I'm catching up on a lot of animes, and ooh, I got a Hammer of Twilight. I'm catching up on a lot of animes, and I'm catching up on a lot of mangas right now for the other channel.
Nice.
Yo, if you need someone to cover Black Lagoon and Gangsta, I could do that. I like my crime animes.
Do you like crime anime? I like a
crime
genre
anime.
that I don't get a lot of, and I don't get a
I
lot.
like fan service animes. No,
Do you? I bet you
There's
do.
plenty of them.
I bet you're also into Bishoujo. and
those are some
harem.
amazing statues that they can make, but some of them don't make any
really
sense.
can.
And they're like Freddy Bajojo. I'm like, pretty sure he's not a girl. Like,
And I'm pretty sure he's
16-year-old
also a
girl.
child
But if
murderer. So
I don't know if you ever went to the
one looks
costume
cool.
store at Halloween. Freddy is sexy now. Sexy Freddy. Just
The
wears a little
sexiest
sweater
child
dress.
murderer.
That little, you know. At least she has the glove, kind of sometimes. I don't know. But I like a lot of horror anime.
I like horror anime. I do. I like horror mangas.
Yeah,
We have a severe lack of horror comic books in America.
I know. It sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It seemed like they were all pretty big there for a second. You had like your Nail Biter and everything. I just got into Nail Biter not too long.
Well,
No,
the problem is, like, on one hand, I can count my horror ones that I really like. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's the problem.
I also
but
think that-
I have like 30 comics that are superhero related every month.
Yeah,
Every
and there's
week,
also
so.
a distinct difference between a Japanese horror comic, like a manga, and an American,
Yeah.
what we think of as horror. I mean, like, yeah, it's horror and it's psychological and it's cool and like whatever, but some of the stuff they're doing over there is like, I'm like, ooh, no!
Oh,
I just got a card
that
entitled
shit with the
Doom.
Spiral, right?
Yeah, Uzumaki.
There,
That's,
see, I knew that was the one. See,
that's
I
a
don't
good-
even read it, but I know about Uzumaki because people are like, yo,
Uzumaki
check.
is crazy town, banana pants.
But people have showed me the panels. Was like, Joel, isn't this panel really fucked up? I'm like, yeah, it is. Thank you for showing that to me.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I will.
Oh! I got him. Damn it!
Oh, hey, I guess too. Well, we're here because Benny is doing his World of Warcraft, and because the fans in the chat keep asking for it. There, yo, Tiff, when are you going to be DMing the weekly poll
yeah.
D&D game?
You tell me, guys. You tell me.
we
when
got to
to
decide our
start.
play set. Why don't we come up with our play rules now, and we'll start.
That's
Okay.
a good idea.
That's
Like what play? What? Okay. What do you guys who want us to do the weekly poll D&D game? What do you want us to do?
5e
Like,
is probably.
I mean,
the most
I'm perfectly fine
I
with normal
think-
D&D or Pathfinder, but we can go crazy with it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're sticking with the realm of like fantasy, I think 5e's awesome. Like I've really I like what they did with it.
very user friendly. Definitely lets the DM, which will be Tiff, have a lot of freedom and everything.
That's right.
And sign points and
Right,
stuff.
and we can have like, it's more acceptable to have house rules, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if they're looking for us to do something more like one of the Marvel ones, that's fine too. But I don't know. It's up to you. Like it's up to them.
I'm
I was
not a
gonna say-
huge fan of the superhero ones.
They're never great.
They're
No.
not- like we tried one and we had a good time with it, but like we weren't doing it seriously. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
it wasn't
right.
like it was just kind of we were fucking around and that kind of.
Oh, we just ran out of card packs. I'm gonna buy more.
You can't open them though. You gotta wait.
Oh, yeah.
But Benny, I think you might have a problem.
Benny,
Really?
actually,
Now you figure that out?
This weekly pull isn't a weekly pull at all. It's actually an intervention, honey.
Just for you, we gotta sit down and tell
I'm
you.
hosting the call.
You're hosting your own
Look,
intervention.
we didn't think about this, all right? We really didn't think it through. But, you know, just saying. You got a lot of cards.
I do have a lot of cards.
Got a
He
lot
can
of
quit
cards.
anytime he wants. He just
No, he
doesn't
can't.
want to.
He cannot. Nope. It's like
Look,
a
Benny-
siren call for him.
Like half of these decks won't even work anymore because they just upgraded from standard to wild.
Ugh.
What is the
Yes.
rock bottom in Hearthstone that he would have to hit before he's like, no, I gotta quit?
There's never going to be one because the problem is getting out of Magic was easy because it's like, oh, I just won't go to Friday Night Magic. Now I have no one to play with. You know?
Yeah.
Getting out of like Pokemon cards is easy because I'm like, oh, I'm now over the age of 18 and no one plays this.
Yeah.
I think the rock bottom is him trying to like sell his comics for money to get packs.
To
So
get
he's
packs
like-
of Hearthstone cards?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, what I like
Exactly.
about Hearthstone cards is if you double open your cards, you can disenchant them, which is what I did here, and you get this dust you can use to make the cards you're missing.
Hang on. I got the rock bottom. The rock bottom. He tries to sell his free comic book day comics back to the comic book store.
There you go.
That's it. That's the rock bottom, Benny. That's where we're like, no, you're done.
I actually got to call and make arrangements with the shop 2 towns over. A bunch of people said, "Hey, Joel, are you going to go to this place?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'll call them and ask if I can film there that day."
Oh, nice. So,
For the record, was it MF Kwan? That's what I intend to do. I could just jump in with an old deck, but I'm going to try to make something new.
Ooh, it's gonna make something new. If we decide to play this, we can use what is it? Roll20.
Yeah.
Works really nicely.
I mean, we could
I
just
heard
do
good
straight
things
pen and paper. Also, that works too.
Yeah, that's fine. I figure though, if we're playing over Skype, it's easier for you to see what I like.
Make a druid.
Like,
all right, I'll do that.
At the very least, like I'll have it so that you guys can see what's up.
Yeah, it's more important for Tiff to know what's up than us to know what's up.
Yeah. Well, no, but you still gotta know something.
I know
Play
stuff.
druid, so this will be fun.
You're gonna play a druid?
No, the MF Kwan, the only guy who seems to care about Hearthstone,
Oh.
is like, you should make a druid deck, a Chthon. All right, that sounds like fun. Why not?
Did you ever play a druid in WoW?
In WoW, I did, not on Hearthstone.
Okay.
Druid and Shaman are probably the two that I've really never fucked with on this.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm gonna be a half orc because I feel a certain level of kinship with the half orcs. I don't know why.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
we're doing old school fantasy then, right?
We gotta do
We
fantasy.
can give it a shot. Like, here's the thing: we could try it. If everyone's like, "I'm not digging this," then we'll try something else. Like, I don't care.
I think it's good time for it because I mean, hey, Game of Thrones is back on TV. People are hungry
Is there
for
a
that
Game of
fantasy.
Thrones one we can do?
I think there is actually.
I think but I don't know if you want to play that with me because like I will legitimately have to go out of my way to kill one of you
She will George R. R. Martin.
That should be your job in general. Kill someone every round.
every round.
Okay, every day we do it.
every round there's a wedding, and then every round we die.
Yeah. By the way, guys, you're gonna need tuxes and a lot of gifts. All right. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
That's okay. I have at least one of those two.
All right. Cool.
All of these cards just give Cthulhu like 2/2.
God,
But I'm already at 11 with just okay.
I have to imagine what that Game of Thrones game would be like. There, it's like, okay, so you all get your tits out, and then you all die.
Yeah.
Wait. Am I allowed to be pornographic in ours? If there's any girls there,
yes.
I want to do them.
Yes, and I'll be like, okay, roll to seduce. You're gonna need to meet at a DC of 21.
Oh wait, I should go with the.
Dang. And then you find out that she was actually a succubus the whole time. Oh, Benny, he's in trouble again.
Be like, what Benny doesn't know is that.
He's about to be boned. We could have like a Reddit feed on the new website, like where people can give their own suggestions on what you should do to the characters.
Yeah. Totally. I like that.
Every time we go to tavern, Benny always tried to seduce and always end up in trouble. This is how Jolgar, the orc, will talk.
All right.
Jolgard, is that what we're gonna call him?
I am Jolgar the orc.
Well, that's what Joel's gonna be called. You can't be Jolgar.
Oh.
Dang.
No, Benny can't be. You can be.
There is a weekly poll today, J-Monk, but we don't have any topics and no one showed, so it's just us while I play Hearthstone.
We're just shooting that shit.
You're not even playing it. You're just preparing to play.
Well, I gotta make the deck. Jeez.
There's a lot of prep work.
Yeah, come on.
I need some druid cards.
Oh,
Otherwise,
hey,
what's
here's
the
a
point?
question for you, Tiff. I know the last time I was talking to Sal, he brought this up. You guys were playing your way through Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
You finished that yet?
No, because we had to go to PAX.
Right, of course. I was telling him I have a long and interesting history with Heavy Rain, and I would never spoil it for anyone playing it the first time. But when you're done, if it doesn't make any sense, come to me and let me blow your mind with some behind-the-scenes stuff that will
Alright.
change your way you look at
Here's
it.
the thing. I have a feeling no matter what, it's not going to make any sense because the fact that like they tried to do something so different that I have a feeling they were probably too focused on that, and then they thought they were building a really engaging story, but when you add in player choice and how that like rolls out, things always get messed up. So I'm totally prepared for that.
You just described every David Cage game ever. All in one go. Congratulations.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I kind of had that going into it. I was like, I'm totally okay with this. I totally get it. You know what I mean? Like, when you involve the player in making decisions and changing the storyline, and there's so much to that, then, like, inevitably something gets messed up. It always does.
Now, have you played of any David Cage's other games, like Indigo Prophecy or Beyond Two Souls? Those are the other
No, I wanted to get Indigo Prophecy, and then I just never picked it up, and now I'm like, eh.
They're all kind of like that, but I will say that Heavy Rain is probably the best one and the one that holds together the strongest, even though I say holds together finger quotes.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, David Cage is clearly a guy who wanted to make movies, but who ended up making games, and he straight up says, never play my games more than once.
Yeah, I can see that.
I totally could see that. I absolutely. And like the fact is, that's fine for me. I played it so late afterwards. I got it for $3. $3 is a fine amount to play, knowing I can only play it one time.
It is, and it is good to play with someone else too, because again, it is like a movie. It's an interactive movie. It's good to have someone next to you to talk about. I know that's how I played the Walking Dead games. I always played them with someone in the room.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta tell you, we used to play this like this, and we have to pick it back up at some point. We played the Walking Dead games where I would have the controller, and whoever shouted out first their decision, that was the decision we went with.
That's a good system.
We did that on a stream once. We were doing the Telltale games, and we just let them vote on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we run into a problem with just there's too much of a delay.
Oh no! Like mine, people were physically in the room. We had 4 or 5 people, so you'd have like people shouting out responses. We did the same thing with an app too. I had called Hey guys, what's the name of that app that we played with Tyler or Taylor?
God, why does it keep putting me back in neutral? I'm trying to do druid cards.
I think it's called Lifeline. It's it's essentially just choose your own adventure style story where like this guy ends up stranded on some like foreign planet and you are his only lifeline to civilization and you have to help him get through things. And it started. I was like, I got this. Let's play around with this, guys. To the point where like, did Taylor get back to us? How's Taylor doing? Is he okay? What happened?
Okay?
All right.
And then fuck Taylor, he messes up everything that we tell him to do.
I'm playing my way through the Game of Thrones Telltale game right now, and the funny thing about like Wolf Among Us and the Walking Dead one is those games. It never really paid to be a jerk in those games because no matter what you did, it would always come back to bite you. So it always paid to be saintly in whatever you were doing and always telling the truth. The Game of Thrones one is interesting because this is an entire series built around deceit and the biggest jerk surviving. So it's funny to kind of try and change that in my mind from like, no, I should lie to this person is what I should do.
Right? Yeah.
MF Kwan's asked if you guys played Firewatch. I actually did on stream. It was pretty fun.
I was going to, and then Sal told me that like he heard that people didn't dig it.
It looked really interesting.
It's good, but it's very much a movie without very many decisions. You just kind of experience what's happening.
I was like, I saw it on Steam. I was like this close. I'm like putting it in the cart, and he's like, oh, I heard people didn't really dig it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, sad face.
Yeah, sad face. I won't get it now. Fine. Who needs it anyway? Not me. That's who.
I know a lot of people were really into it. No one's actually spoiled the story, so maybe I'll get around to it at some point. I sadly don't do as much PC gaming as I should. Maybe I should get one of them Steam boxes that everyone's all on about.
Not sure if that's a good idea.
One of them fancy schmancy Steam boxes.
Right? They are fancy and they are schmancy.
And they're cheaper than any other console, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. What's everyone else playing right now? I talked about what I was playing.
I'm playing Hearthstone right now.
No, you don't say.
I gotta tell you, when we were
when
we were at PAX, we went to the Indie Mega Booth, which is like such an awesome like idea and like concept to like give indie games a place to actually go and be put together and like make a big deal of it. So that's awesome. A friend of ours was there. He's an indie dev. He wasn't showing at the Mega Booth, but he had a friend who was, so we played his game. The guy did the art for it. Do you ever play Monaco? Or hear of Monaco?
I've seen Monaco. Yeah, I know what Monaco is.
Yeah. Our friend, his friend once removed, I don't know.
Friend of friend.
Did the art for that.
Oh, and that's a cool art style.
Yeah, and now he's doing the art for this game called Tooth and Tail.
Oh.
Which is like, it's very much, for me, it was like Age of Empires, but like faster paced.
Cool.
So it's like you could actually just drop into a game, build up some stuff, build up some troops, and actually get to fight somebody within you could do it for like 10 minutes or like 20 minutes, and then like you lose, it doesn't matter. You didn't spend hours and hours building it up, and then jump back into another game.
Interesting.
So like, I thought that was really cool, and it's animal themed, so that's kind of fun too. So it's like,
Monaco?
No, Monaco was the beef game. Tooth and Tail is the one I'm talking about now.
Okay, Tooth and Tail.
I'm pretty sure I saw Destructoid talk about Tooth and Tail.
Write that in this chat so I can.
It has a really cool art style too, doesn't it?
In what?
Tooth and Tail, that has a really cool art style too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's neat. And what I liked about it was that like some of the the really low level guys you could build were like you'd build squirrels, and then like you as like, you know, the main person go around on the field and you can call them to you, and you just see like this horde of like squirrels and things coming at you to fight whatever it is there. And I'm like, that is so awesome to me.
I'm looking at it right now. It is super cool. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if any of you guys either read the books or watched the show growing up, but Redwall.
Yeah.
It's basically Redwall, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, it's easy to drop in and out. I don't know how much more development you can get beyond it because we only played the one round, you know what I mean? And like you could build your own set. Like so you could have like your main guy and then you could choose what, you know, guys you could build beyond them or like within them. We played the default because they were like just drop in and go. But like there is that customization, which I thought was really cool. So like I am looking forward to actually playing that and like trying it out because I enjoyed Monaco. I thought that was interesting and new and fun. So it was cool to see like another game that was very different than that coming out from this group. So I'm excited.
You know, it's another indie game I absolutely love to death, and I would recommend it to anyone, even if you're not a fan of what it's kind of riffing on. Chroma Squad. Have you seen that one, Tiff? Chroma Squad.
I haven't. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm actually working on writing my own comic book now. Just jumping in to answer a question. That's all.
Chroma Squad. Chroma Squad. For anyone who ever grew up watching Power Rangers or Super Sentai,
God.
Chroma Squad. It's like a turn-based action RPG wherein you control basically your own ranger team. The rub is that it's not like straightforward. The rub is that you're making a Power Ranger style show, so the cooler fight scenes you make and the cooler stunts you make, the more XP you get, the more chance you get to buy and upgrade your studio and upgrade your giant robot. And you play actors, so there's actually kind of like this meta story going on where you're actors in a show, but eventually the show becomes real, and they're like, wait, we've actually been doing this for real this whole time?
That sounds like Beautiful Joe.
A little bit like Beautiful Joe.
Sounds like Ender's Game meets Power Rangers meets like, you know, like one of those like movie theater or like, you know, cafe style games where like you're running Diner Dash. There we go.
Yeah, it's all those things. It's very clever, and you start off as a team of 5, and then if you know your Power Rangers, eventually a 6th person will come in at some point, and it's really cool what they do with the 6th.
That's fun. That's cool. Do they have a flute?
No, but they do. But here's the thing: they're a tiger dragon, is what they are. It's like they don't have one animal; they have 2 because Tommy had a dragon Zord and a tiger Zord later on.
Exactly.
And it's a girl.
Ponytail. Let's not forget the ponytail.
He had he rocked that ponytail pretty hard back in those.
Yeah.
Mindmark says that there's something about the Wonder Man casting. Can you look up whatever that is?
Oh my God, it's Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Fillion is going to be Wonder Man, but with a caveat. You guys talked about this on Comic Pop Day, so I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I mean, like, he's going to be it, but not like he is the character. It's more or less like posters in the background for this thing that exists, like this property that exists.
The actor.
Yeah. Like, it's literally like Nathan Fillion himself got powers, and now we're like watching him. Like, and like, so he'll be a part of the MCU, but like not like, and then he shows up, but he might. Who knows?
But he might. It's
Wait. So was that a show?
No, it's in Guardians 2. We will be seeing posters in the background for movies starring Wonder Man's alter ego.
Okay, okay. Now I'm getting it.
Nathan Fillion. It's like
so. Right now, it's just kind
something.
of cameo stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of, but
But
cameos.
it might lead to bigger things.
Exactly. Who knows?
It is funny too, and it's such a James Gunn idea, I'm sure, because he's friends with Fillion. Just be like, how'd you like to be Wonder Man in the background of my movie?
Right? That is such. Yeah, that is very much that. But like, I'm sure Fillion, like, he'll do anything. He doesn't care. He'll do it. Like
Fillion was that big alien who got his nose ripped by Groot there in Guardians, so he's already been in the universe.
Exactly, but like now.
I remember everyone freaking the hell out about that. Oh, Nathan Fillion's gonna be in Guardians. He must be his father, and it was like, yeah, he got a 2-second cameo that you probably didn't even catch.
Right.
Dude, Fillion was in that scene, and another blink and you'll miss it cameo from that. Roger Corman was in the prison scene too, up above as one of the prisoners. The guy who did like the owner and operator of Troma Films is there.
I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of Troma films. I gotta tell you.
I like them in theory, even if I don't like stuff like Tromeo and Juliet.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. That's exactly it. Like, I'm like, that's fun, and I'm glad you're doing your thing. That being said, I don't want to watch them.
I respect what you do, but I am not a big fan. Well, even like the biggest one is like the Toxic Avenger, which they keep saying they're gonna do one.
much of it's shot in Boonton, New Jersey, I
It
believe.
sure is.
Yep. I can go and visit the sites where they shot the Toxic Avenger any day of the week. I could go right now.
Toxic Avenger, your first ever eco hero. He's a nerd who works at a gym until he got thrown by a bunch of gym punks who apparently run that part of New Jersey and also work for a corrupt mayor and a corrupt police force.
Exactly. Yeah.
That just happens in New Jersey all the time.
It does. I mean, like, I'm telling you, every day for me is just, I have to wade through the cesspool of corruption in order to get to my job. But I do it.
If I ever went to visit you guys in New Jersey, I'd just continue to be dumping in waste piles and just be like, no, Joel, you're not going to get superpowers. You're just going to get
No,
cancer.
that's not how that works.
I could see Joel doing that, just rolling around. Am I going to turn into a turtle?
Right.
What are Toxic Avenger?
Meanwhile, we're like, where did you even find that?
Internet.
What?
That's always my favorite go-to. Where did you even internet?
Internet. So I got it. I mailed it here ahead of time and set it up.
Is what I did.
And I'm just kind of, I'm trying things, guys. All right, come on.
I'm very forward thinking.
Give it to me. I just need this.
I like that
He's
thing.
actually fighting. I just realized that.
Well, I'll be.
And he's actually playing right now. Oh, now we can commentate, except we're behind.
He's
You're
playing
a
the
little behind.
game.
I'm trying out that new I just threw a bunch of stuff together, so...
What? Are you fighting a player, or an NPC?
that's
You're
a
totally
player.
right, Eyes. They did make the Toxic Avenger an R-rated movie into like a cartoon with action figures and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they
did. That was
did.
funny.
What a weird choice.
RoboCop got one too. Only in the 80s could super hard R movies that kids could not see get kid-friendly cartoons.
Yeah, except for the fact that with RoboCop, kids still saw that. With Toxic Avenger, kids were like, what?
You know what my favorite one of that ilk is? Rambo and the Forces of Freedom. That's what it was called.
Well, how about, what is it, Conan and the Young Adventurers?
Yep, Conan. Conan. That was the entire theme song. Conan.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching Benny play. Benny.
That TV show that also rewrites the story of Conan to where he's basically Clark Kent and his parents get turned to stone by the evil Rothamon, not James Earl Jones, but another snake guy.
Nope. They're like, well, we killed that snake guy. We need a new snake guy.
We need a new Snake Man now.
We need a new Snake Man? Is that really what we're going to go with?
Yeah, we're gonna need a new Snake Man.
Also,
Look,
his
they're
sword
a
is
dime a dozen. You know how many, babies a snake has? Come on.
lots.
James Earl Jones had 30 brothers.
Also, his sword was made of a meteorite in that show, so technically they beat Avatar to the whole space sword.
Right? Right? The special sword? Yeah. Space sword? Yeah.
You know what I've noticed? Whenever we get Tiffany on here, everyone on the Weekly Pulse normally like, oh, it's time to go at exactly 7 o'clock. We're done. Tiffany's like, we'll just chat all night. Whatever.
I'll chat as long as you want. You kick me off. You tell me you want to go. I'm watching you play right now, seeing what you're doing.
Tiff brings the party. Tiff brings the fun.
For a deck that I threw together in a hurry, having never played a druid, it's not doing that bad right now. It's not doing great, but it's not doing too bad.
Speaking of things
The
you
Men
guys
in Black
do,
cartoon, that was a good one.
that was good.
That was so bizarre, though, because how not like the universe you were thinking from the movie. You know what I mean? Like, it was
Closer to the comic.
Right. Exactly. So if you didn't know the comic, which I sure as hell didn't know, when you're watching the show, I'm like, this is cool, but not at all what I was expecting. And now I'm really confused because, I like this darkness, but
That two-season cartoon was better than either of the sequels, with way better villains that they really should have put into the movie. I know when 3 was coming, I was like, oh, they're finally going to do A. They're finally going to do Agent A. What an interesting villain he is. They never did.
no.
They should have, though. Agent A was awesome.
No, they wanted to, no.
They needed one of the guys from Flight of the Conchords to basically be Lobo, is what they needed to be.
Okay, yeah.
Did you never see 3? Did you never see Men in Black 3?
Oh, no, we did. We finally saw it. We totally...
It's a thing, isn't it?
It is a
that
thing.
exists.
It's there. It's not 2. 2 is not good.
No, it's not. Johnny Knoxville, who appears and disappears in that movie.
Dude, I just saw a trailer for a movie in which Johnny Knoxville is Elvis Presley and the guy from House of Cards. What's his name?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey is Nixon, and they talk about him becoming a secret agent.
Okay, hang on.
That's
hang
a
on.
thing that happened in history. That was
Yeah,
a
it
real
is,
thing.
and it's called Nixon and Elvis. It's based on that.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey, hang on. Kevin Spacey is in 2 upcoming movies, which when we went to go see 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yields.
That is a lot of ends, Mr. Ragu.
We saw. I'm trying to find. Yeah. Okay. We saw. There was just one poster, and then the other side of the hall, maybe like diagonally from it, was the poster for Elvis and Nixon. Right? Cool.
Yeah,
right. The other poster that had Kevin Spacey in it was 9 Lives, in which Kevin Spacey plays a cat.
Yeah, he did. What's up
I've
with
seen
that?
that one too. Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? In one, he's playing President fucking Nixon, and the other one, he's a cat.
Why
I
not?
am not a
Why are
cat.
we questioning this?
What choices is he making over here?
What is his agent doing? Is his agent just throwing darts at a board?
Right? Like, I don't get it.
That's like Nicholas. That's like Nicolas Cage choices. There, I was like, I just like being
Yes.
in movies, Gary. I just like being in movies.
Well, I think who did the joke? There's a joke on that where it's like Nicolas Cage's agent sucks, and it's like he's like, I'm gonna play a talking butt.
That was a college humor sketch.
yeah.
Yeah. I always, whenever I think of Nicolas Cage,
Aaron, it's kind of the weekly poll. Half of the normal cast couldn't make it, and I was at first I was gonna be alone, but luckily Joel and Tiffany have joined me, so I'm kind of just trying us some new cards in the new decks while we chat about stuff that would normally
Weekly poll East. It's the East Coast weekly poll.
Is that where we're gonna go? What we're gonna call that?
Sure, why not?
yeah, why not?
Weekly
Why-
poll of America.
I noticed earlier the Guardian asked who's seen the Doctor Strange teaser, and part of me was like, well, me.
No, you hate Doctor Strange, don't you?
No.
It is noted.
Yeah. I'm like, Doctor who? Doctor what?
Doctor Maybe? Doctor
Yeah.
Talk? Doctor Clock?
Nah, I love. God, can't believe it's happening. I'm sorry. Okay.
She loves Doctor Strange so much, she has a beautifully crafted actual Eye of Agamotto
I do.
for herself that she wears in videos, and I'm like, wow, that is lovingly created.
I do. Danielle and I actually made it. We wish we had had more time, and I'm getting it right now.
Someone said that this is the weekly poll society.
There you
It's
go.
only
That's
5
better.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at the time and effort that was put into making that as perfect as possible.
Yeah, I love it. I love it to death, and I'm It's
You
heavy,
guys are
though.
you guys are pretty big craft people.
Hey, I got
over
my
there
Cthulhu.
at Comic Pop. I remember I had a
there's
whole
that.
conversation with Ben because I was really jealous of his Green Lantern hoodie. I'm like, where can I go where I can buy that? He's like, oh, I made this. Like, you made it?
Yeah. Well, all right. He got the hoodie, but then he put the things on.
I got my Cthulhu. Gotta win.
Nice. Winning it up.
There was a moment
I
there.
named this deck Poopy Druid. I'm gonna go make a tweak. to
Did
it.
you really?
Yeah, it's Poopy Druid.
That's the type of name that Danielle would give something.
Poopy Druid.
Mr. Poopy Druid.
You should have called it Droops.
It's the New Bloods versus Weekly Poll.
The New Bloods.
Can we snap? Can we snap?
We might as
Oh,
well.
there was a card that I literally said I want to put in this deck.
And did you?
No, I don't remember what the card was now.
Oh. Well, I mean, you only opened like 100 decks, so I'm sure it'll
It's
come
an
to you.
old one too, but I don't play Druid normally, and it's a Druid card. It's a pretty typical Druid card, and I can't
Well,
remember.
can't you search it by Druid?
I'm gonna try to, but it won't let me open up my deck.
Now, for people who were following your posts at PAX and everything, you guys had the battle of who was the better Ben from
Yeah, we
Comic Pop
did.
or Benny from Comic Store.
Yeah,
Who
I'm-
won
I'm-
that battle? Can we announce?
Ben did, so leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna shout it out here that Ben from Comic Pop won the battle of the Bens. The Benjamin.
Is that him in the background?
Yeah, they're getting ready.
He was all happy.
Why
about-
can't I open this deck?
Because?
No, I'm serious. Like, I can open up any other deck. I cannot open up Poopy Druid.
Don't open that one. It's with a name like that. Why would you
Did
want
they
to?
change something? Yeah, I can open up any deck but Poopy Druid.
The more you say it, the funner it gets.
As you said, the more you say, the less I want you to open it.
Open up Poopy Druid!
You open it up, it's like the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, God.
Ah!
Shield your eyes, Marion.
You
Switch
say,
to
don't look at it,
standard?
Joel.
Am I not in standard?
No, we were talking about Men in Black there, and because I mentioned Indiana Jones, I was thinking horrible sequels. May, can you believe MIB 23 Jump Street is a go now, and it's an actual
I cannot.
thing?
I can't. Like, that's blowing my mind.
It's got to be fake. Like, it's got to be a hoax.
I want to see it.
Right? I want to see it just to know what they would do with it. How is this going to work?
It's got to be a giant punk, right? Like, I'm going to sit down there in the theater, and they're going to be like, haha, it was actually Godfather 4 we're going to be showing
right?
you.
Right? I don't know. but I'm gonna see it.
I'm
And
not-
MIB 23 ends with Nick Fury showing up. It's like, I want you two boys to join the Avengers Initiative.
Well,
MF Quan, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Why can't I open up my own deck?
Man, Sam Jackson is great in everything, isn't he? Even in his bad movies, he's still great.
Have you exited out completely?
I'm scared I won't reconnect. They're having problems right now.
Ooh. Well, maybe that's the problem then.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if it's an actual issue. Because I can open up any other deck.
Can you play with it? Like, if you weren't gonna change anything in it, like, could you just go into a game with it right now?
I could try again, see if it goes through.
People in the chat are also saying a live-action Tinkerbell movie is a
You
thing
might have to
that's-
restart Hearthstone if it's glitching. Yeah.
Someday.
Crap.
I
Alright,
think
well, let's
Rob got a little taste of it, and then maybe you have too, Joel. I'm not sure, but if you ever heard Sal and Ethan talk about Hook 2,
Oh, is that a thing? No, I have not gotten a taste of that.
it's not
Is
a
that
thing.
actually-
It's a thing they wrote. They have a pitch.
They
for
have a
Hook
pitch.
2.
Damn it. I knew
They have
this
an
was gonna
elevator
happen.
pitch if they ever
It's-
meet someone from Disney.
It's amazing. It goes a place you'd never expect.
For Hook 2. I think we all have a pitch in our minds. Like, look, if I could make a sequel to this movie, that's what I would do.
Oh,
No,
oh,
like
I'm
they-
in queue. Okay, it's working. I'm in. There I am. Sorry.
Nice.
Disney
all right.
apparently is also continuing to threaten Cruella. They want to make that a thing, a la Maleficent. They want to show you the sympathetic, softer side of Cruella DeVille.
Oh, okay. See, now for Maleficent, I get it. It works. Like, that background was already there from the fairy tales, and
Yeah.
it's like, cool, whatever. Cruella DeVille just kills puppies.
Yeah, because she
We
wants
should
to.
do this more. No, it still won't load. Oh, it worked. Okay, here it goes.
It's like, how would you
Nice.
even attempt to make Cruella DeVille more sympathetic? Is like she was an idealistic furs murder type starting in the fashion industry, but
Oh,
she
there
got
it is.
pushed out by everyone
Right?
else.
Or like a pack of endangered animals killed her 12 children, and so now she's out for blood. Like,
I
Well,
need some cheap.
if that's the case, then she's Japanese Rita Repulsa. People don't know that Rita Repulsa was actually a sympathetic single mom in the Japanese version.
that's cool. I didn't know that. I saw that Elizabeth Banks photo, though.
Nice Mortal Kombat cosplay, but
I
that ain't
know, but I
Rita.
kind of like it. Come on.
It's I can't. Here's the thing. I like that costume better than the font they had for the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie logo. It's
No, I
an
haven't.
ugly logo.
Oh.
It's the basic, like, we could all make better logos if we
Well, hang
try.
on. Is it Comic Sans or Papyrus?
It might as well be. It's
Oh.
another seemingly ugly one.
That's not good.
I want this thing to be golden.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not, and you cannot have it. You
I
cannot
can
have
actually.
it.
I have more than enough dust for it, but they activated a quest that is going to end soon, and I never got the pirate parrot card, so I got to do that with that dust before once this goes off.
But yeah,
Oh.
Japanese Rita, for those of you who don't know, she had like a shitty, like, Joffrey kid who one day was going around breaking dinosaur eggs. And because of that, the dinosaurs ate her kid, and in her sadness, she made a deal with Dai Satan, who was like the Japanese Satan, to give her amazing witchcraft powers. And that's how Witch Bandora, aka Rita, became a villain.
What did Black Nerd go off on? I love watching him go off on things.
Oh, probably on the Power Rangers costume thing.
I can
don't
see
want-
that. That dude does all Turtles and Power Rangers stuff. It's
He
so
does.
awesome. Hey, side note, is anyone going to go see the new Ratchet and Clank movie?
Oh, when's
okay.
that coming out?
Hang on.
Friday.
I wish that they. I mean, I'll see it because Dale and I played Ratchet and Clank together.
The new one came out. You should go pick it up. They made it into a Pixar movie. You do.
It's a remake of the original, yeah.
Yeah, it's a reimagining. That's the new term because
Oh,
everyone's
alright.
tired of hearing remake.
We played the one I can never remember the freaking name of it, where you're like, you've got like the implanted explosive or the collars on, and you're stuck on that.
Deathlock?
What? Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Deathlock. That was like the grim and gritty one they
Okay,
made in the
that was
middle.
the very first one I played.
Wow, what
So
an
when I-
odd one to start with.
So when I saw this movie, I was like, that's not what this should be. They should make the other thing. That's the movie. That game's
Right.
the movie. You're fighting for your life? Come on.
That's like the first X-Men book you read was Extreme X-Men, and you're like, yo, this is my X-Men, and always will.
That's what it is. Because I checked out one of the games that came afterwards, and I was like, all right, this is fun, but this definitely doesn't have the same feel. So yeah. So I still want to see it. I think it's cool that they got their voices. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they've ever moved on. Like, I
Voice
don't.
of Clank, David K. He's from 2 towns over from me. David K, the voice of Clank. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I've talked to him before. He's a cool dude.
That-
Always getting passed to
I've
play
always
robots.
liked. I mean, I like Jack and Dexter too. I don't know why they just got rid of Jack and Dexter.
I'm sure they'll
Because
bring them back.
Because that's what Naughty Dog always does. Crash was their golden boy, then they threw him away for Jack and Daxter. Now they have
right now
Nathan
it's Drake. Yeah, it's Drake.
And they're going to be throwing Drake away soon after 4, so...
You think that?
Yeah, until they reboot the series and be like, someone else's fortune, you know, Nathan Blake's fortune. Come play that. It'll be fun.
Yeah, they'll make it into some sort of karting game. They'll just take all of their old characters and...
They've been making that joke for so long, and I kind of want it now. I want all the Naughty Dog characters to come together in race cars.
Right? I want a Dynasty Warriors kart. When does it even make any sense? But I want it.
How have they not
How is the
done
marketing still valid?
that? How have they not done a Dynasty Warriors?
I don't know, right? Come on, get on that. I want it. I want to put Lubu, a little chibi Lubu, in a little cart.
Just have them race all around.
Yep, love it. I want it. Make it happen.
Lubu was always my guy, an eye patch guy whose name always eludes me.
Xiahou Yuan.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Xiahou Dun. Sorry.
Yeah, Cat My Patch, as I call him, is a cool dude.
That's Danielle's go-to. My go-to was, it depends, because on every side
Oh,
I
that was
have a
dumb.
guy,
I
like
didn't mean to
my
do that.
guy,
That was a
right?
bad move.
But my favorite is I don't want to say the wrong one because I also play Zhuge Liang, but I liked Zhang Liao, who was like Lubu's buddy,
Yeah.
who like turns to
His only friend.
yeah. Yeah, and in the face of like his own like, hey, we're gonna die, we should just switch. Lubu's like, nah, screw you. No.
What a romance of the Three Kingdoms.
I just love that one company has managed to take that simple concept and basically do it like 9 times.
I know. It's spectacular. And even though I know that, even though every time I buy the next one, I know it's exactly the same game, I'm still like, yeah, but I want it. Because it looks nicer.
And it's funny too, is that they're the only ones who have been able to keep it and make it work for as long as they had. Like no one's chomping at the bit for Samurai Warriors. No one's chomping at the bit for Sengoku Basara or 99 Nights.
Nope. But Dynasty Warriors, I'm like, oh, you just take my money. Here's my card. Whatever you need.
Well, no, they did make a really good one with Hyrule Warriors, and I love the Gundam.
Hyrule Warriors was
that's the one.
spectacular. Like, do more of that. Do more awesome crossovers like that.
That one actually evolves the concept in a meaningful way.
Right? It's awesome. Like, and I gotta tell you, it's so weird. Like, not really weird, but like the music in that is awesome. Like taking the like rock, guitar style of Dynasty Warriors and then putting the Hyrule music with that.
Saw that coming.
So cool.
I remember I was at like a Best Buy and they had the rig all set up to demo Hyrule Warriors. I'm like, this is great.
Woo! I got a free win.
And then I got a horribly
You did?
sick the next day.
Yeah, guy
'cause
just
I'm like,
Did you bail?
No, he bailed, and I've totally made like 3 like blatant errors, and the guy just bailed.
He's like, noob.
Freebie for you.
He's like, this win against you would not be honorable. I will leave.
he said as he drinks his Mountain Dew and adjusts his fedora hat. Thank you.
Works
Thank
for
you.
me. I got some free packs. Let's go open
Nice.
them.
Congrats, sir.
Any joke is funnier if you just insert Mountain Dew and fedoras.
That's right.
Is it OPF MF Quan? 'Cause, I mean, it's working out so far, but I don't think I definitely I haven't structured it that well yet.
2 guys walk into a bar, Mountain Dew.
Oh, I need to put him in the deck. At the start of your turn, put a 10-cost minion from your deck into your hand. That's Cthulhu. That's meant to pull him early. Remember that name, Ancient Harbinger.
Ancient Harbinger. This is where we twisted into something totally different.
Thanks.
So much
Thank you.
better.
I love that. Play Zulok. I just deleted my Zulok. It wasn't valid anymore. I gotta make a new one.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Well.
So, okay, someone asked, what are you guys' thoughts on the new Ghostbusters?
I haven't even watched the trailer yet. I know Sal is very vocal.
He is very vocal about it. I think that they made a lot of mistakes.
I do too.
And I don't think, like, the mistake isn't... Here's the problem, and here's the lesson that everyone is struggling with. It's not that it's girls, it's poor casting of these women. And
I don't disagree with you on that, but I feel like making it for women is the problem. That's what I think, and I'm going to state that, but not for like, oh, feminist agenda, blah,
no,
blah, blah, blah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I definitely know what you're saying with that. And I also think that they don't have a very strong script. So
No,
I think
no.
out of the gate, it's a disaster.
Because
You know,
those scripts are never strong from Melissa McCarthy's husband, because that's the guy who's writing it and directing it.
that's part of
There it is.
and for me, that's really where like my big problem is. I'm trying to not get into the whole. It's like the feminist thing, whatever. Like people are just getting the wrong lessons.
Yes,
And that's what I think the issue
Entirely.
is. I think in general, like everyone has it. Oh, it's the feminist agenda. It's the feminist agenda. I'm like, I think the problem is that everyone thinks that because of what you've done. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Just because you put the word agenda in front of something doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
Right,
I
and,
feel like we needed one male character. Make him the dumbest one of the group or whatever. You know, like because they blatantly have done a complete flip. Because what was her name, Jenny or the girl with the glasses who always handled the
Yeah,
calls?
Jenny.
I believe that's
Janine.
supposed to be Chris
Janine.
Hemsworth.
Janine.
There.
I call her Jenny. That's me.
Jenny from the block.
No, I was thinking the secretary for the Heroes for Hire. Her name is Jeannie.
Oh no, it's Janine. Yeah, I know what you mean. And and it's funny in the animated series, she got to be a Ghostbuster like one time.
She had a great arc in that because she changed halfway through, and they did a whole episode on why she changed.
I know. I had the pleasure of remembering that, and Sal didn't. I was like, "Don't you remember that crazy episode where there was like this crazy like
That was
banshee
a great
succubus
episode.
thing, whatever she was?" Yeah. But anyway, I'm not. So most of these actors, I'm not a fan of, and I think even if they just stuck with the actresses they have, if they had a better script. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a fan of like what we've seen in the trailer. I don't feel like the dialogue's very strong. Like,
I never even watched the trailer, and that is because I think regardless of what you do, I think doing another Ghostbusters is a bad idea because there's only one good one and one pretty good animated series. Doing another one, period, was a bad idea regardless.
come on, two has its moments. Janosch is great. I love Janosch. I think he's amazing.
Side note, somebody take a note. I shouldn't put 2 Ancient Harbor in there because I just realized having 2 of them in there is kind of useless because I got to pull a 10 card out. So
And
remind
for
me
what
to
it's
remove
worth,
one.
I like all those women they cast in the
Noted.
movie. Well, minus Melissa McCarthy. I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan, and that's where most of them have been cold. from.
Right.
Somebody
No,
wants the echo coolers back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know what? That's the thing. People will forgive this movie so long as they bring Ecto
I've
Cooler.
heard that they re-upped on some trademarking and like websites for that.
I wonder
for
if
that.
that's part of the whole thing. That's like they're just doing it just to re-up on
Just to
everything.
bring back Ecto
Dude,
Cooler.
don't
Right?
even
They're
laugh
like,
because
oh, shit, we
that
gotta get
happens
Ecto Cooler
quite a
back,
bit.
man.
No,
got
not just that
ready.
though. I mean stuff like Spider-Man. Like they only
Yeah,
kept
they-
making them to hold on to it.
Yeah, they
Fantastic
made 2
Four.
horrible movies just to hold on to the rights. You're right.
Right? I don't know. Like, I know what Sony's doing, and I think everybody knows what Sony's doing. Like
Being
Sony put themselves in a place where they're like, well, you can't say anything because if you say something, then you come off as like a jerk or as, you know what I mean? Like no matter what you say, you're going to come off either way. So you're forced to not be able to really say anything, even though people are. But in the end, they come out on top because people are still talking about it. People are still going to see it. You know what I mean?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
So,
problem
like,
with the bad movies. I mean, honestly, everyone seems to think that I was a defender of Batman v Superman because I'm like, oh, it's going to make a lot of money. No, that's just going to give us the sequels. That doesn't
Yeah.
like you're seeing it because it's bad, and we've hit a day and age where bad movies are doing well because people
Just
are like, oh,
to
you're going to
talk
see
about
it.
it.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to talk about Ghostbusters, so I got to go see it.
Right, exactly. That's it. Like, that's what's going to happen. And what the company looks at is not what people are saying about it. It's not like, you know, how people receive the movie. They literally look at the profit lines. Like, they're going to be like, oh, okay, how'd we do? Oh, phenomenally? All right, let's queue up the next one, which we have
and
waiting
hey,
in the wings.
Hey, Transformers movies and Adam Sandler movies always make money, and they've never been well reviewed.
That's right, and Adam
even the
Sandler-
good Adam Sandler movies weren't well reviewed.
That's right.
Transformers movies always kill. They always
Always.
kill.
Yeah.
And they don't
Regardless
seem
of
to be
all of the
slowing down
complaining
either.
people want to do, Transformer movies don't make, it's still gonna
From
kill.
both fans and critics alike, calling it, you know, the death of cinema and Michael Bay is Satan incarnate and everything. People still bring their entire families to see it. That's the summer movie outing for Joe and Jane six pack.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Or like you have that moment where you're like, well, maybe I don't care if it's bad. I just want to see things blow up, or I just
Right.
want to see things.
I
fight.
honestly go to the Transformers movies and I go, I'm going to look past all the bullshit and just enjoy robots fighting for
Exactly.
the 15 minutes they'll get screen time.
Exactly. And like, you know what? That's fine. Like
Yeah.
whatever. But
I saw
like
Pacific Rim for the same reason, but luckily Pacific Rim was a good movie.
Pacific
Yeah.
Rim was awesome.
It was cool. It was super
Come on,
cool.
get my knife
Freaking
circle.
awesome. I like those movies.
Yeah, Pacific Rim was great.
I liked it because it was the last time we got to see what's his face, a Sons of Anarchy guy in a leading role.
Right?
Wow, you just totally bashed on the Sons of Anarchy guy.
Dude, I loved Sons of Anarchy. I watched it for multiple seasons. Even when it stopped being good, I watched it to the end. Sons of Anarchy is so funny because the first 2 seasons are amazing. Season 3 dips a little. Season 4 dips a little bit more, but then it comes back right up for the end. So
we
like
should do this from now on for the record, guys. We should have our movie/video game podcast, the 3 of us. Screw the other guys.
Fuck them. That's right. They're not even here.
Hey,
How you
know
doing, by the way?
I'm almost gonna win this next round.
Nice. Same deck?
No, I made a couple tweaks to it.
Okay.
It is getting stronger.
Good.
Now, one of the other
It's
ulterior
flowing
motives
a
we
lot
had-
better now than it was.
One of the ulterior motives we had for doing this stream today was to try and test out and make sure that my internet isn't crap anymore. And the
Yeah,
fact
yeah, that was the other thing too. For the record, everyone knows that we've been having. Oh, but yeah, dude, you've been holding up like crazy. You've been
Yeah.
all it took was an Ethernet thing and to update Skype. It could have been any number of those things, but either way, I'm happy it worked.
Good. That's
It was
awesome.
bugging. It was bugging me. I even wrote Sal. I don't know if he told you, Tip, but I listened back to the last Elseworld exchange we did. I'm like, I sound horrible in
Yeah,
this.
no,
How,
yeah,
how did Sal finish a whole show with me? I would have kicked my own ass.
He's patient at times, and totally not other times. I don't understand it.
And also, too, I think we've been doing that show long enough. He knows my rhythm. Bump, bump, joke, bump,
We've been doing the weekly poll trivia. Haven't you been here the whole time? It's like the longest, most weird. Like, what should we call it? The weekly, what? I don't know.
The weekly what?
I like
Weekly
that.
what?
Weekly what?
What?
Question mark.
Oh wow, this might be a quick turnaround. Hold on.
What's happening?
He just pulled out a 6-6
Oh.
by Inspire.
I thought you were gonna say he just pulled out a gun, but this game's over.
Oh, Benny.
Man, is that how Hearthstone gets? Is it like Wild West card games where if you're doing too good, someone just pulls out their like 6 gun?
Yeah.
No, if I can get my Cthulhu, I'll win this. It comes down to my Cthulhu at this point because he just got a really good stack of cards and he's
Yeah,
gonna
he
stack.
did. Look at that.
This guy's gonna. He's got Inspire, which means every time he uses a Fireball, which is really easy for a mage to use, he's gonna start stacking on this guy. And I don't have anything hard enough. To
really?
Hit that. Yeah, so I have nothing hard enough to hit that thing. He's gonna use the Fireball. It's trying to tell you right now.
Oh, hey, speaking of Westerns, and Benny, you wanted to know Western stories you were talking about covering, right?
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I've got a few lined up. Everyone was really nice to just yell at me.
Yeah,
The weekly what?
I
Yeah.
like it.
It's happening. The weekly what?
The
Weekly
Ents will
what?
save you. Call the Eagles.
Don't call the Ents.
I got the Ents. They're
This
out.
guy's using fire. It's like. What?
I don't care if I sacrifice them. Whatever.
Thanks,
You heard-
Saruman.
You heard it here first. Benny says Ents are expendable. Benny doesn't care about Ent people.
I don't care about the Ent
Treeist.
people.
Treeist. Benny going down to the treeist rallies.
Oh wow, you guys are getting weird with this.
Yeah, we are.
Did he just like walk away? Okay, he's playing. I was gonna say,
Did he just leave? He's gone?
he had a hell of a stack just sitting there.
But yeah, for Western books, any Jonah Hex story written by Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray is excellent. Justin Gray also wrote a Lone Ranger book not
Right.
too long ago, and Cullen Bunn's Six Gun
Yeah.
is also
that's
amazing.
It's a fun book.
Yeah, it
That
is.
really is. You should also check out the Jonah Hex movie if you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? It's got the face.
That one broke my. I know I've told Sal this story many a times, Tiff. I don't know if you heard it, but Jimmy Palmiotti, they actually invited him down to the set of the Jonah Hex movie. It's like, yeah, well, what do you think, Jimmy? He's like, it's all right. I mean, it's not what I wrote.
I need my
You're
Cthulhu.
drawing reference from other stuff. And they're like, yeah, but we'd really like to put your name on this movie like we put Jeff Johns' name on the Green Lantern movie, because for some weird reason, this is when DC wasn't giving credit to the original creators. They were doing the made famous by, and then pick whatever current run guy they were doing. And Jimmy Palmiotti said, well, no, I don't want you to put my name on this.
Right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the end of the turn. Like I just RNG'd. I didn't get either of those ancient guys to summon the Cthulhu, and I didn't get the Cthulhu. And now I think I'm boned.
The saddest truth is Jonah Hex showed up on Legends of Tomorrow recently, and he
Yeah.
wasn't very good in that either.
Oh, that's too bad. Because the character to me
He
is,
got
is
his. It's over.
He's incredibly interesting, and they miss every opportunity in Legends for one. They pick an actor who talks like this, all gruff. And I'm like, we get it, you're a gruff dude. He doesn't need to sound like a.
No, you don't. Look, you don't understand as an American TV watcher that he's gruff unless he speaks as such in unintelligible sentences.
They also totally
real quick
overthought his costume.
because he keeps asking. Has anybody seen Hardcore Henry?
No, I haven't. I heard
no, but I kind of want to.
Yeah, I
Me
heard
too.
it's really good.
I will see it.
Ethan also wants to see it.
I'm in my head like, when are they going to leave the record? They're right behind you.
Yeah.
Are they waiting for you to finish so they can record?
No, they closed the door over. Hey,
It's not I just closed the door.
talking to Benny and Joel. I'm live right now.
Is that Ethan?
Yeah, it's Ethan.
Yo, tell Ethan to get physical and get on camera.
Does Ethan want to come and say hello? Everyone always says, when are you going to get Ben and Ethan on this? And you never record on those days.
For like 10 seconds. Hey.
See, this is proof yet again that Ethan and I are not the same person. For some reason, people in our comments are like, Ethan and Tiffany are the same person, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Ethan is just a master of disguise.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one more round of this, and I think it's a good run for the week.
It's like,
First
would you-
run for the weekly what?
Yeah, the weekly what? That's what we're calling it?
And what, will that be our movie video game discussion?
Yes.
And it's officially Tiffany's podcast now?
There you go.
Like the host would be myself and Tiffany, and then Joel maybe.
Yeah, and sometimes,
Why not?
and sometimes Joel.
And sometimes Joel.
Sometimes, man, if Joel doesn't do a podcast every day of the week, he'll die. It's true.
I've heard that.
I really
like a mogwai.
feel like that's the case.
When you guys left for PAX and I didn't have a Tuesday show or a Thursday show, I'm just like, what do I do now?
I need hobbies.
Joel was just sitting there, not on, not live, just talking to the computer. Like,
no one.
yeah.
No, actually, I slept. I enjoyed the brief break I had. I'm like, I should Periscope, and then I'm like, or I could play this Game of Thrones game and eat
That's
some chips.
awesome. No, it's good to get a break. Good to get a break.
That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I was talking about Jonah Hex on Legend. They overthought his costume. It's all weirdly ornate now, and he's got like gold trim on his jacket and a bunch of like ammo belts. And I'm like, no. Oh, he has like a Road Warrior shoulder now. I'm like, no, Jonah Hex doesn't have those.
I don't really remember that from the Civil War, but all right.
Oh, now I get the ancient
I'm glad.
harbinger. Thanks.
I'm glad you mentioned the Civil War, Tim. Okay, so here's the thing. So Legends of Tomorrow is a time travel show, but they never seem to make any reference to the fact that, hey, time travel's not great for everybody, even though they have 2 women and a black gentleman. They talk about it once when they went to the 50s. They actually did like an issue.
I remember that because they were like, why don't I join you? I was like, because you won't work out well in this time period.
Yeah,
That's probably the best episode they did because they actually used time travel to tell a story. They're in the Wild West. No one is racist. No one is sexist. And the black guy is standing right next to Jonah Hex and never once says, why are we hanging out with the Confederate soldier?
Wow, really?
They never even mention it. And I bring this up in my review, and people are like, really? Is that why Jonah Hex wears a gray coat? I'm like, oh my god, yes, that's a Confederate uniform he's wearing.
He doesn't just like gray.
He's a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, just for anybody who's in the chat right now, if you are a fan of what we discussed today, or you fan of the gameplay or whatever, don't forget we do stream on this channel every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every Tuesday and Thursday is a podcast about pop culture, comic books, what came out this week, and very soon a podcast involving Tiffany in which we talk about video games and movies.
Or possibly the D&D stream whenever we get that off.
Yeah, that could
Right,
be fun
and we'll
too.
be doing D&D on Friday. So if you want to follow us, we really would appreciate it. It really helps us out. And if you do have $4.99 to spare per month, that directly supports the podcast and everything that happens on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe. We really do appreciate it. That's
Yeah,
all.
we do.
I just wanted to
Booyah.
do that real quick.
He's not telling tales out of school.
Booyah, Kasha.
Saw that coming.
So how did you
All
change
enemies.
your deck?
Oh, that was a smart move on his part.
What'd he do?
Well, I put my cards down, then I went for the attack, but the secret was if anybody attacks, he does 2 damage to everyone, so he hit after I went for my attack.
Oh.
So my guys took damage that I just put into the playing field.
Snap.
Yeah, we'll do a cooking stream soon.
Snap. Oh man, you got some Mists of Pandora action going on this board.
Oh, yeah?
Where?
Well, in the background.
Oh, yeah, we're on the Mr. Picture.
Come on,
Right.
guys.
I remember that.
Man, you know what I really want is. You heard about what the hell is the name of the server that got shut down recently?
The Legacy server, yeah.
Yeah, the one that got totally like taken down. And I was like, and how they went out of their way on their forums to remove any mention of it on the Blizz forums, and like Reddit was trying to do the same thing, but then they were like, "Fuck it, who cares?" I signed
Reddit is so weird.
I signed the petition to Blizzard to be like, "Please give us that. I would be happy to pay you. I would be happy to re-up my subscription with Blizzard
Just for that.
if I could play. Even if it was just vanilla,
It's the hyenas from Lion King.
Oh, I love the.
Dude, that doesn't work out for them.
Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marin and Jim Cummings making fart noises. Those are the three.
Yeah, dude,
I should hold on to him. He's gonna.
Now, here's the thing for it. Can you name the 3 hyenas from the Lion King?
No, but Ben can, and so can Sal.
It's a weird talent.
Yeah, but they know it. I don't.
That's some extended Lion King lore you gotta know.
Right?
Flash in 20 minutes. That's right, because I don't get it. Oh, I can get a PlayStation View and watch it live now.
Oh, okay. Is that a thing they offer now?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might have to look into that because I usually watch it the day after. On all.
Oh, he's got a beast up with a 5
services.
damage hit.
Now I'm
Someone's
just
asking me
watching Benny
any.
play. Because I'm like, is he gonna win?
I do not watch the Supergirl show chat. I only watched 2 episodes. I watched the pilot and I watched the Flash crossover. I do not hate it. It's not something I would watch every week, but I will happily watch it if they do another crossover.
What show? Which one was that? Sorry.
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
I would actually 100% watch it if it was on Hulu. I can't stand CBS's commercials.
Who were the hyenas in The Lion King?
Shenzi.
No, their names.
She's asking.
Ben, who are the hyenas in The Lion King?
Ben, we need your weird skills.
Everybody got Ed. Okay, never mind. I thought they knew it.
Okay, it was Shenzi,
Bonsai?
and Ed. Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys think? I'm trying to grow a beard.
How's that
Oh,
work?
he's trying to grow a beard? Because Ben has one?
Is that really? Really? Is that what we're going with?
He figures that's what put him over the edge is the better Ben, his beard skill. He needs to up the beard skill.
Bonsai. And
Yeah, okay, they got it.
That was the 3, yeah. That was it.
I think that is what put Ben over, was the beard. It was the
beard.
The beard.
They did say the beard is what put Ben over. I will give you that. That was clearly stated.
Yeah.
It's very well maintained and very articulate. He's got all the lines.
Well,
and
no,
everything.
I've actually wanted to grow a beard for a little while, but I don't want it to be that scruffy beard when I do appearances, and I keep showing up every place like every 2 weeks to do things.
Right.
So I can't get it past. You just don't.
You gotta wait.
Shave.
You literally have to wait for the holidays, like for December to come around, because there's no appearances at that point, right?
Well, like I was gonna have May off, and now I'm gonna be in LA next week, and then I'm going to New York after that, and then we're going to the Hatsune. Oh, why aren't you going to the Hatsune Miku concert with us?
I wasn't invited?
Well, then you need to come. Yeah.
That's my answer. I wasn't invited. But
we're doing that, and then we're going to E3, and then we're going to VidCon, and then we're going to Anime Expo, and then San Diego, then PAX Prime.
Okay, look, I'm not a boy, and I have no experience with this. I assume beards work like Play-Doh. So
you can just mash and mold.
Well, no, so you just push your arms down and it shoots out, right?
Yeah, like, oh!
Right? Is that not how it works?
Why is this person confused? They must have walked away.
Who, the player?
Yeah, because it's timing out.
Did that happen? Did Arrow kill that character? If so, I'm not shocked.
There's Cthulhu.
Nice. I see you, like right now you're frantically moving your mouse around waiting.
Yeah.
It's only with mustaches, so says the chat. Okay, that's fair.
There you go. You know, Benny, when you were describing all the cons you're going to, and we're going to VidCon, and we're going to E3, and then we're going to go to Washington and take
I know, right? Yeah. This is Benny on the campaign trail.
And then you're going to vote for me. Yeah.
And then we're going to kiss some babies, and then we're going to build a giant wall.
There's a reason why I don't get to play very many video games outside of Heroes and Hearthstone, and I can't wait for Overwatch because it runs on my laptop.
One of
my opponent left. I get a win.
One of Benny's campaign
I can just do
promises
this
is
first.
he's going to build a wall around Canada to keep me in.
Nice.
Just for me.
I can't wait for Overwatch as well. If nothing else than for their character designs, holy crap, they're so fun.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, put this straight for me, because there's like 3 or 4 games coming out that are very similar. There's Overwatch, there's Lawbreakers,
and Battleborn.
And
Battleborn and Overwatch are the 2 that I plan on playing.
Okay.
I got a feeling I'll be playing Overwatch longer than Battleborn, simply because Battleborn is supported by Gearbox, and and they are not notorious, but their history so far has been kind of abandon the game 6 months in with small updates.
Right,
While Blizzard
right.
is known for maintaining for a very long time.
Well,
Yeah.
Blizzard is known for milk it for all that we can.
Look how long StarCraft 2 is still going, and I know it's like their least played game out of all of them.
Right,
Only
but
because it has a fan base in Korea.
Yeah.
I like the character design stuff for Battleborn because, like you said, it's Blizzard and it's very Borderlands
Yeah.
Overwatch.
ish.
Yeah, no, I'm going to play them both, but I just got a feeling I'll be on Overwatch longer.
Yeah.
Either one of you guys have Diablo and joining up for the new season on Friday?
Are you?
I do not.
Do you
I
not have it,
Diablo,
Tiffany?
but on Xbox 3.
Okay, Tiffany, you need to be free Friday night so we can do the new season of Diablo and show you how to play Diablo on your PC.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll stream it. It'll be the Diablo stream first time for Tiffany.
Wait, I think we're doing our live stream, our 30K live stream on Friday night.
Oh, we're more
Oops.
important.
Wouldn't that be something Ben just, totally poaches Tip for this? And you're like, no, sorry, Comic Pop, I can't be there.
I'm just hanging out. I'm like, I'm just in the other room. I'm like, no, I'm here, guys. I just want to Diablo.
I'm playing Diablo. Leave me alone now.
More
Like-
pressing matters.
So, all right, guys, I think that's going to be the end of the stream today. No games afterwards like usual, simply because my throat
Not a game.
really hurts. I talked more than I was planning on it. But
Yeah.
you got a game while we chatted. I mean,
It's true.
Yeah, you did. Like,
I don't know why you're complaining.
You literally had your cake and ate it too.
So, as usual, guys, don't forget we stream every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at about 6 p.m. Eastern. If we don't, it's because we're out of town. It's not because we skipped it or we're recovering from con crud and stuff like
Or
that.
because you're dead.
Or I'm dead. Yeah, I'm definitely dead half the time.
Yeah, it's weird.
But other than that, guys, don't forget to go subscribe to Eligible Monster. We're going to be doing a pack opening over there tomorrow. So you'll see 100 more packs. Maybe I'll finally get some better legendaries, and I get very good ones with this one. And don't forget to go to ComicPOP. Subscribe for
Right.
more Tiffany. She plays
That's right.
games there all the time. So, and Joel does stuff. But escape Joel. You can.
You can
I
look that
sure
up.
do
It's
stuff.
there.
he talked
And don't
about.
forget that the weekly poll just got an Instagram.
They
Oh yeah, we
did.
did get an Instagram. We set all that up. We're gonna be revamping the website soon, guys. There won't be.
right.
We're gonna be moving over to a Reddit format instead of forums because we can moderate Reddit better
That's right.
and easier because the forums are just hard to moderate.
That's
so that's
right.
gonna be changing around soon, guys.
So we'll have updates for that, right?
Yeah,
That's
that'll be
cool.
stuff coming along the pipe. We're fixing everything up, and for the record, we are fixing the iTunes. We're having somebody else submit since they won't take Rob anymore. That's the problem.
It's Rob.
Yeah, it's Rob. Rob's the problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything else, guys. Don't forget, if you want to support this stream, if you want to support our nightly gaming or our podcast, please subscribe. $4.99 is not too much for most people. We really do appreciate it. It goes directly to support the people involved in the stream. Plus, once we cross a new threshold, we do get more emoticons here. If you're looking for more games, tomorrow night at 6 p.m., myself and Natalie will be playing. If you
Woo!
want more comic book discussions, me, Joel, Sal, and a guest, maybe the guest will be Tiffany, will be here on
don't
Thursday
know.
to talk about this week's comic books. So,
Awesome.
It could literally be anybody. It's up in the air.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
We don't know yet. I haven't talked to anyone. People don't like me.
You'll figure it out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time right here at the Eligible Monster Twitch channel with the weekly poll.
Bye bye.